Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of this baby account series. Today I'm going to be opening up the black market chests. I have over, I think it's 10,000 keys saved up. I already actually recorded that. It happened during a recent members stream. And then after I'm done that, we're going to take a look at this hanger. I know many players are wondering, how am I going to be addressing the big rebalance that is supposed to hit in the next update? So I'll be giving you like my plans as far as, what I'm going to be building, what I'm going to be upgrading, and basically how I'm going to be approaching it. I'll give you a couple of tips and how I approach it as far as the rebalance goes. There may not be any gameplay for this video because I think it's going to be a bit on the longer side, but I did want to kind of show you how I'm going to be preparing myself in terms of my hanger, just so that you guys can hopefully get guidance from that and it can help you guys out. That aside though, let's get started with the black market opening, and then afterwards we'll jump into my thoughts on the rebalance. We're going to be doing the black market opening. I have saved up my keys. Good thing we actually got the 200% super chest boost here. We only have 9 hours left. So that's the amount of keys that I've saved up for the pretty much entire month. We haven't opened up any, and we're gonna go ahead. Do you guys think I'll get like maybe 3 super chests? Definitely 2 for sure. Let's see what we can get from this. Maybe Titan weapons, just so that I can diversify my my inventory with the Titans. I don't really know in terms of the weapons. I guess anything that I don't have. I think it's more, yeah. So for this account, I think it's more drones that I'm interested in, and obviously resources like that stuff. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's see how we do. Hey, gaming. Let's see what we... This is always exciting when I do these openings. Well, on the baby account. Hey, Jamel. Sheriff Magnetar. You know what? I think I've got a couple of these already. Come on, give me a drone. Oh, that doesn't look like a drone. What is this? Frozen Tamer. I actually think those weapons are going to get a buff in the future. I don't know if they mention anything in the rebalance. I'll have to check. But I could see them getting a buff. Needle? Oh, resources! Oh man, it's giving me more power cells. I mean, I shouldn't complain, but I think I got like over 400,000 already. Okay, so one more and then we get the super chest. I was actually really hoping I'd get like more keys or something so I could keep on going. Unknown decay. I think I already have a couple of those. Okay, let's see what we can win in the gold chest. I would like to win a raptor on this account. Titan. I mean, I have an Indra. I don't know if I'd like to win maybe a Mauler. Although I think the Indra will do better at the lower levels. Knowing my luck, I'm gonna get another crack in Indra. Anoya Shenlo would be kind of cool. And the unknown Ocho. Yeah, I definitely need one of these. So I can replace my ugly one. Let's see what other prizes I got here. Yeah, you know what? I think if I had to choose, like, what I would like to win, unknown Ocho. I wouldn't mind a frozen Dagon, although I think for this account, that might be too much resources when it comes to putting into a build. Just because of all the weapons. The Noya. This one, the Shenlong. Already have a Pathfinder. I mean, Raptor would be good, and I don't know. This is hard to tell. You know, maybe actually Basaglia might be better. And I only I say that because the Indra that I have is more of a brawler. This way I have brawling and range. Yeah, so we'll see what we get here. Oh, it passed it. I got a Fian. You know what? I think I've won quite a few of these too. Okay, let's just go back. Ooh, Feng Bao. Fate or Havoc. I already have, actually wait, how many of these do I have? I definitely have 3. I might have a 4th. If not, this is a good prize because then I could run it on a Typhon. The normal looks better. I don't know, I kind of like the limited edition one. Hey, Fury. Ooh. I don't think I have one of these. Not the special edition one. That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good prize. That's like the best prize I've got so far. The best prize I've got so far from the black market. Or at least this opening. Resources, please? Please? Oh, man. Why does it always give me these lasers and stuff? I think it knows that I don't like those weapons. Any kind of range. Well, some range is good, but not not that kind of range. Fan favorite. Man, that's like the ugliest bot in the game. One of the ugliest. I don't know. What is the ugliest bot in the game now that I think about it? This is up there. This is definitely up there. Wait, what does it say? Did it just say special prize in this one? Does that mean a drone? So much for that drone. Oh, wait. Ooh. Vendies. Which is funny because I said that I wouldn't mind winning a Basaglia. At least I got one of these weapons. That's a good prize. Sell them for... Yeah, sell them for silver. Red Skull. You know, I've actually won quite a few of those too. Yeah, I'm not gonna... There's no ways I'll get... I mean, that's pretty... Well, I wouldn't say close. I guess we'll just open the rest here. I have an Ash. This one has a lot of pilots. Actually, I don't really mind this one because... yeah, this one I get pilots, and you know, even though I may not have the bot, if I have the pilot, that's good because it saves me. It saves me later on down the road. I'm just gonna open up 4 here. Let's see what we get. Silver. Scorpion. I think I might have that pilot. That one I already have, so I can sell that. And I think I have Glide as well. Okay, so it looks like I'm going to be selling stuff here. Okay, so I guess the big question here is, how am I going to be preparing this account for the next big rebalance? Now, if you missed my live stream about a week ago, where I kind of gave my thoughts on some of these balance changes, make sure you check it out. I'll leave a link to that in the pinned comment. But as far as this account goes, there's a couple of things which I wanted to kind of talk about before I actually get into each setup that I have here. The first thing, when it comes to especially big balance changes, I tend not to stress out, over them. Usually when they bring their really long list of balance changes, I notice like players, they like freak out about it. First of all, if it's the first run of testing, there's a very high probability those numbers are going to change, and sometimes they even cancel things altogether. Because I remember, I think it was a couple of updates ago where they were thinking of nerfing, I think it was the Luchador, and there were so many players that freaked out about it, and then in the end they just cancelled all of them, like all of the nerfs for the year. I think it was a Luchador. It was either Luchador or Rook. So, all those players, like, they stressed out over nothing. So my advice is don't stress out about it, unless, of course, you're running full meta. But I would assume at that point, if you are playing full meta, you understand how the game works and you know that the game goes through, these cycles. But as far as, like, my hanger goes, looking at my hanger, I don't think much is really going to change. So I know, like, the Seeker drone is going to get nerfed. The Mog one, okay, so that's going to be nerfed. The Screamer's going to be nerfed, and I'm trying to think like what else. I actually had the Shy drone on here, but I'll get to that in a bit. The Shy is going to get nerfed, and also I believe the weapons on the Indra is going to get a slight nerf. But overall, the thing is, if my weapons are going to get nerfed, my opponent's weapons and their bots are going to get nerfed as well. So, at that point, it's kind of like just a reset, if you will. So I'm not really too concerned about that. But what I will do is, what I typically do actually in this case, is I look at the list of weapons that they're considering nerfing. So I don't really have, well, I guess in this case, we have the Mog one. I do have a backup, which is another Havoc. Now I could say, well, let's just say they nerf the Havoc. What other weapons do I have that I could replace with that? So I'd be looking at things like maybe Scorcher. I'd be looking at things like, let's see what we have here. Maybe even like Cryo Rockets. Also Mace weapons, which I do have on my Fenrir. So I'd be looking at things like that, looking at potentially what I could be running. And if I don't have it, then I just build it in Workshop. Speaking of Workshop, always make sure that you do, build something in Workshop here. So you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm getting components for the Raven. Let me just see if I... Oh, there we go. Yeah, make sure you get components, because if you build, like, say, in this case, the Raven, what you can do is you can sell it to get silver, and then you use that silver to upgrade your robots. So always make sure that you have something going in the Workshop. Okay, so that is the other thing I wanted to mention as a tip for players building up their hangar. Now, I think the last video, when I did gameplay, I think I had the Typhon with the Scatty. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to diversify, some of my builds. So I started to, I upgraded the Pathfinder to level 6. So we have this as an option. But then I actually decided to go with... actually, wait, let me just do the Erebus here, because I did test this out as well. So we have the Terra Markel, so I'm going to be leveling these weapons up. Speaking of which, the Snare, the Scatty, and the Hell, I think are going to perform really well, after, the rebalance, because nothing is being done to these weapons, and these weapons are very strong right now. So I highly recommend, the Ice Noodles, so to speak. Okay, so I have that. Also... let's see, the Typhon. Okay, so what I've actually done here, sometimes what I do is I will look at weapons in the inventory. So I'd look at some of the weapons and I'd be like, okay, so which weapons in my inventory are actually kind of weak now? And the reason why I do that is because there's a good probability that, or a pretty high probability that they may actually end up buffing it in the future. So I'm kind of preparing myself for that, even though they may not have announced it. That's pretty much how the game works, right? So there's always going to be buffing and nerfing. So if you look at the weapons that I have here, we could see a potential buff maybe to the Atomizer, to the Pulsar weapon. Let's see. No one really uses, the Xion weapon, so I could even see that, even the Damper weapon. And what I'll do is I'll go through my inventory, and if I have nothing to upgrade, I will start to upgrade those weapons. In my case, I would upgrade them to like a level 5, and then I wait for the upgrade overdrive event when you get like 40%, 45% off. Then I will level this up to level 9. Okay, so even though I'm not using it, I will end up leveling things up in preparation for when we get these whole rebalance changes. So what I'm doing is I'm preparing myself just in the event that these things happen. So that's kind of what I do ahead of time. But as far as like this hanger goes, not really much is going to change. And to be honest, I don't think I'm really going to be affected much by it, which is kind of interesting because I thought I'd be affected by it more. Who knows? But this is also why I always tell players. So let me just click on this. This is also why I tell players to always diversify, their bots. Like don't run, for example, I don't know, 2 ducks or 3 ducks. You know what I mean? Like if you have 3 of the same robots and it gets nerfed, that's 3 of your robots that you use in your hangar. So I have 5 different robots and I look at my weapons to make sure that the weapons are all different. This way, when the balance or these rebalances hit, I'm not really affected much by it. Okay, so that's why I kind of teach players to do these things. Hopefully they listen because you can actually save yourself a lot of time and resources this way. But anyways, I think that's pretty much all that I wanted to mention as far as, just preparing for these changes. I wouldn't like stress out too much about it. As I said, a lot of those things can change. They can even be cancelled. The main thing is, when it does come to the live server, then you're going to have to obviously adapt and stuff. But yeah, at this point, there's so many changes that are happening to, tier 4 weapons and stuff. I think there's a whole blanket nerf for that. You can't possibly predict what's going to happen and how players are going to react. What I do sort of predict, though, is that for maybe 2 or 3 weeks after that update hits, there's going to be a lot of variety on the field. And, the strong players are going to try to find, where the meta is. It's going to take them a while, I think. But once they find it, you're going to start to see a new meta emerge. But yeah, I would not stress out about this. Make sure that you are diversified as far as your weapons and your bots go. I think that's the best way to prepare for this kind of nerf. And yeah, I think that's pretty much how I'm going to be preparing for it. I don't know if you guys have any tips yourself on how you are going to be preparing for these balance changes. Maybe let me know in the comment section down below. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you found it helpful. If you did, make sure to leave a thumbs up. And with that said, thank you guys for watching. Stay safe. And until the next video, I'll catch you guys later.